Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, wrestling fans around the world, MMA fans around the world? So, now we got some news from the EWN WrestlingNews.com. Alright, this is official news from the Wrestling Observer. On the Monday night edition of Raw, Chris Jericho announced that he will be leaving the WWE once and for all. And if he does not win the WWE Championship in a six-pack challenge match at Night of Champions, Jericho's WWE contract expiring soon, and the talk that is strongly considering leaving the company to pursue his career in entertainment industry. It appears that the WWE has begun setting the stage for his possible departure. As of this past weekend, a WWE source stated that Jericho has not signed a new contract, and it's still entirely possible that Jericho resigns. But since Jericho has acknowledged that in several recent interviews that his contract is expiring and he's considering moving on, the WWE has incorporated the real situation into the WWE storylines. So you know what? The way I look at this, wrestling fans, WWE fans, it's gonna suck. I mean, the big star. What a great career for Chris Jericho. I mean, the guy grew up in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I mean, there's nothing to do out in Manitoba, and it was wrestling. He began way back when. I mean, guys like Chris Benoit. They all went to the wrestling school. Stu Hart held out in Calgary. Wrestled with the Hart family, and it's special. Lance Storm even wrestled at that one, and he went to Japan. Yeah, he said he had some of his best matches in Japan, some of his best promos he had in the early days in the WWE. I mean, when they had The Rock, he had Stone Cold Steve Austin. I remember in one interview he said that he had some of his most fun times in those years, in the late years of Austin and Rock and on Raw and SmackDown, and it's kind of changed, But he misses his friends, Chris and Eddie. But that's what happens. It's a business, and accidents do happen. That's the way life goes. Life's not easy nowadays, and you see these guys just dropping dead. Recently, Luna died recently. They discovered there was some type of oxidizing codeine, in the vicinity. But you know what? I think with Luna, I think she was really upset. Don't forget, recently she had her house burnt down. Everything, all of her possessions were all burnt in it. And I really feel that she took it really seriously, and I don't know what actually happened, but it's very sad to see someone that young, 48, die. Same thing with Lance Cade. I mean, too young, 29. That's just too young, and he had too much more to live for, family and everything for the both of them. It's really sad to hear any of these deaths. Tony Bonono died recently, another wrestling great. And the way I look at it, folks, I've watched wrestling most of my life, and nowadays there's lots of competition. TNA, Ring of Honor, of course, but I've been hearing from some of my sources in the wrestling business that there's a new Florida promotion led by owner of the New York Mets, one of the owners actually, the owner of the New York Mets, Milton Wilpon. And I can honestly say in 2011, that's when they're going to probably kick it off. It's going to be a pretty interesting promotion. They say they got a few wrestlers signed. I don't know who's signed there, but I think in the next 3 to 4 months, we're going to see what actually happens with this promotion. If I'm TNA, get the ratings up, start competing a little bit harder than you have. The E has really stepped up their game. Not really, but they stepped it up a little bit. Ring of Honor have really stepped their game up. But I think in the end, for all wrestling fans, that we all want to see more wrestling. No matter what. You can have your Raw, you can have your SmackDown, you can have your WWE Next, you can have your TNA Impact, Explosion, you have your Ring of Honor programming. It's good. It's always good for the wrestling industry. I remember 10 years ago, or 11 years ago, wrestling was so hot. It was the greatest thing on television. And I will never forget those days. You know, when you had Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, everybody, they were on top. You had Austin, you had The Rock, you had Mick Foley, you had Bret Hart, you had everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody. Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Randy Savage. It was just the stuff that legends are made of. Bill Goldberg. I mean, it was great. And you know what I mean? And that's what they're trying to do now. And when I look at the Nexus, they remind me of those days of the New World Order, the NWO, when you had Hogan, Nash, and Scott Hall. And those guys just created magic. I can almost see that same look in Nexus. They have that talent. Wade Barrett, Skip Sheffield, every one of those kids. They have the charisma. They just need that charisma. Get them on the mic, you know, get them in the production shop, get them on the commentary, let them take over the broadcast, over for Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler. Maybe even send them to SmackDown, let them put a beat down on everyone there. They did it last night on Raw when they beat up The Undertaker. And actually had a 5-on-5 match, Nexus against the WWE, and I think the WWE won that one. But either way, you know, they're pushing some young talent for the first time in years. They're creating stars, and that's what they need to do in the E. You know, I'm starting to see that in TNA too. I love Fortune, and they remind me of the Four Horsemen. There's no doubt in my mind. When I look at Fortune, I see money. I see talent. I see unbelievable. Just they got what it takes. You know what I mean? They got what it takes. And just to see Hogan and Flair still going at it, it's just like it's turning back the clock back to 2000, 1999. And I can remember those days. And it was sweet. And there's no doubt in my mind, y'all. It was always sweet. I mean, it was when wrestling was on top. Nowadays, it's UFC, your Strikeforce, your NFL. Okay, they're okay. But for me, I'll always be a wrestling fan. A fan of wrestling. Someone that loves it. You know, and that's why I see with fans nowadays. They don't love it as much as they used to, but I will always love it. No matter how bad it gets, it can only get better. Competition is the way to go. For every company. You wish them the best, and that's what I want. Just the best for both companies, for all companies, that even on the indie circuit, everyone performs good, everyone goes home in one piece. That's the most important thing. It's all about safety. Take care of yourselves, wrestlers. Take care of yourselves, people. And remember, it's just a show. It's like soap opera. Just enjoy it. It's entertainment. I understand. Just enjoy it, y'all. And that's why I love this business, wrestling. So long, everyone. You can see me put my comments on the old Facebook under EWNWrestling.com. My name's Mark Spencer. So long for the wrestling news for August 31st, 2010. Hey, guys, keep up the good work, WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor. It's awesome stuff to watch. I love it. Keep it going. We'll see what happens in the future. Bye-bye.